So, welcome guys and gals back to Bless Unleashed. Welcome. And today we are going to talk about a hot topic, which is crafting in Bless Unleashed. As you guys know, if you have already started, the crafting is not easy as some of the other games. Usually in games, as soon as you get into the game, after some time, after 10 or 12 levels, you start getting into crafting. You craft better gears which you cannot find in the open world. But in Bless Unleashed, it is a bit different. Actually, it's completely opposite. If you have been following my other videos, I uploaded yesterday and the previous one, you might have known already that I said crafting is higher tier stuff in Bless Unleashed. You should stay away from crafting unless you are a higher tier guy. By higher tier I mean if you have these A tier stuff already maxed out or something like that. So the reason is crafting is really hard. It's complicated, it's grindy, and it takes a lot of time. So you're better off going into the world, grabbing other gear, grabbing loots, doing dungeons, grab loot from there. You will be able to get everything you actually need. But once you have A tier gear, this is the time you actually have to start crafting. Otherwise you won't get any better gear, because like any other game, crafting gives you the best gear you can possibly get. So the thing about the crafting is, if I go into my before I said that, so there are 4 types of crafting in this game. By 4 types of crafting I mean for every class there is different crafting station. For a ranger, which is my character, it's shaping workbench. For berserker and crusader, it is blacksmith. And for the priest, it's enchanter's wheel. And for the mage, it's alchemical workbench. However, alchemical workbench can be used by other classes to craft potions, panacea, and other useful stuff, as well as crafting materials which you might need for some priest equipment, which you have to craft in alchemical workbench. So it is better to upgrade your alchemical station, your recording station, the one you need for your class, and also your cooking, because everybody needs cooking, everybody needs potion, and everybody needs their own equipment. So if you're a mage, then you are in a good tier, because you don't need to do 3 different stations. You can just do alchemical station and soul pyre. Soul pyre is necessary to upgrade because you have to cook a lot of foods here. It increases your health, they gives you different types of buffs, they gives you team buffs, and they also are the best place to make food which gives you health over time. So it is now crafting requires recipes, and some crafting requires some level of that particular workstation. For example, if I go into my workbench, shaping, as you can see, these are the equipments I can actually craft. There are some weapons and there are some armors that I can craft, and there are some crafting materials which is required by some other high tier stuff which is in my workbench, or it could be in some other workbench. So but the thing is, you can't just craft everything. As you can see, there is an unobtained list. If I click on it, it will show the things that I have not yet unlocked. Either these things require recipes just like this, or it requires some high tier level. Some recipes require recipes and high tier level of that workstation. As movement, my workstation is level 8. Every time you craft something, you get some level on that workstation. So once my workstation is level 11, I will be able to craft all of these required recipes. Once it's level 12, I will be able to craft the best weapons I can in the game. Once I have this S tier weapons, there is a way to make them more powerful, that is through enchanting. Enchanting is not done in the enchanting station, rather there is a separate NPC for that, which I will talk about in the next video, how to enchant and how to make your weapon more powerful. Enchanting also allows you to upgrade the weapon from purple to legendary, or from green to blue, from blue to purple, and then purple to legendary, which is yellow or orange if you would say. And then there is mythic gear, which you can also do through enchanting. So mythic, you can only get mythic gear is by enchanting. So in order to level up your station, you have to start crafting. So for ranger, my best tip is to start crafting these pants until you have enough work station to craft this flexible number. Once you have this available, you have to go to this region, with ruins of sorrow or tristeza. The region name is ruins of tristeza. So here you will be able to find this flexible number, and each of this flexible, it requires 6 to craft one, and it gives you 55 level jump. It is the best way until you have thick lumber, or you have this postphilia lumber, which is present in the next stages of the game, like in the forest, but that is a high tier game level. You have to do a lot of main quest missions to get there, and also it's actually costly money wise, because it requires grinding stone, and grinding stone actually requires a lot of grinding, you see. So once you get there, it's your choice. You can buy these resources off market and just start leveling up your station. But my best guess is just as soon as you start the game, start crafting these materials, like throughout the game. Once you start, let's just start crafting, leveling up your thing as much as you can. Now as you can see, there are 12 levels. However, you can only upgrade your workbench to level 11 through crafting and getting XP. For level 12, there is a separate way which I will talk about in the future videos. You have to do a certain mission in order to get that level. So for every workbench, this is the same thing. You have to level them up, and then you can craft that stuff. Another tip I would give is how you can start getting into the crafting is by looking at the final gear, the best gear you can make. The reason is, as you can see, the every weapon has different attributes, and every weapon requires a prerequisite weapon that you have to craft before crafting this weapon. So that is why you have to see first which end tier weapon or armor you actually want to go for. For example, if for me, I would like to go for the attack power, because I'm a ranger. I don't need much health or defenses, I just need raw power. So I would like to get this spirit bow, or yes, the spirit bow. So I would go for this bow, but for this bow I need a hunting bow as a recipe, as a requirement, and with that I need all of this stuff. All of this stuff requires different types of things. Some of them you can get through open world bosses, some of them you have to craft, some of them you have to get through alchemical workbench. I'm pretty sure this polished water drop crystal, you have to get them from alchemical workbench, so work on it, that is really important. So I have to get the hunting bow. For hunting bow I need Heartstalker bow. For Heartstalker bow, that I can craft at this level, which is this bow, which I already have actually crafted, so I'm not going to craft it again. But first I'm going to work on this bow, not because I'm going to use it actually, but because I need it in the higher tier recipes. It is a requirement, I need it. So I'm going to first start crafting this bow. Once I have crafted this, then I'm going to level up my workstation, or I will be leveling up my workstation as I go. Then I will craft my hunting bow, and then once I have level 12 workstation and I have recipe of this bow, which you actually need, you need this recipe in order to craft this bow. It's not just a workbench level, you need that recipe too. There are different ways to get different recipes. Sometimes you get it through random drops, sometimes you can get it from market, sometimes you have to get it through some special quest. It all depends on which recipe are you looking for. The game is in the early stages. I haven't crafted anything like that, and I don't think there is any player who might have crafted, at least on the PC version. Maybe there are some guides through some other versions like Xbox and PlayStations. You might want to watch them in order to know which recipe is where to look for that exact recipe. But as of right now, I have no idea where to get these special recipes. Once I know, I will share it on my YouTube channel. So I will craft this bow once I have the recipe, and that's a certain level. You have to do the same thing with your quiver or second weapon. If for different classes there are different second weapons, you have to know which weapon you would actually need and then craft the prerequisite for it. The same thing goes for the armor. Now there are some special armors that you can craft that does not require the normal recipes you actually need. Normally you need these types of stuff to craft, and they requires prerequisite. However, there are some ATS stuff that actually does not need those stuff or any prerequisite. You can straight up craft them, but as you can see, they do require recipes. So yeah, it's your choice, but these recipes does not give the best stats. However, the best stats you will get are from the S tier recipes. Once you have all these recipes, you can craft them and you can play the game as it is. The only way to make these S tier recipes more powerful is through enchanting, which you can do through this specialist NPC. I will cover this NPC in my next video. So until then, goodbye, and please like, subscribe and share. Adful makes me really happy, and that helps me a lot to make more videos. I got a lot of support on my last video. There were a lot of views. That's why I'm making this video. So until next time, see you. Have a good day.